Hi there, and welcome back to the Rise Up podcast. I'm so glad you're here with me today. If you've ever found yourself starting something with tons of excitement only to lose motivation halfway through, you're not alone. It happens to all of us. But why does that happen? And more importantly, how can we break that cycle and keep going when things get tough? Today, we're diving into the secret behind sticking with your goals and how connecting to a bigger purpose can change everything. As always, if you want to follow along or take your learning to the next level, I've got a PDF transcript of this episode ready for you. You'll find it linked in the description. It's perfect for anyone who wants to read along or revisit the key points later. So let's get started and rise up together. Let's talk about something we've all experienced. Starting something with tons of excitement and then, somewhere along the way, just losing steam. You know what I'm talking about, right? Maybe it was a workout routine you were super pumped about, or a plan to finally learn that new skill, or even getting better at your job. At first, you're all in. But then, you just stop. Why does that happen? And more importantly, how do we stop it from happening in the future? Here's the thing. It's not just about motivation or willpower. Those are great, but they run out like the battery on your phone. What really keeps people going is something deeper. Connection. And no, I don't mean Wi-Fi or staying in touch with people. I'm talking about tying what you're doing right now to something bigger, something that really matters in your life. Think about it this way. The actions you take every day are like leaves on a tree. They're important, sure, but what keeps those leaves alive is the connection to the branches, trunk, and roots. Without that connection, the leaves just fall off. That's exactly what happens when we do things without understanding how they're tied to a bigger purpose. Let's get real with an example. Learning English. A lot of people decide to learn English because they think it'll get them a better job or a higher salary. And at first, they're super dedicated. They sign up for classes, maybe even buy some fancy apps or textbooks. But then, they hit a wall. Maybe the lessons feel boring, or they don't see quick results, and suddenly all that motivation they had disappears. Why does this happen? It's because there's a missing connection. Learning English is a good goal, but it's not enough by itself. If the goal is too vague, like, I want a better job someday, it doesn't have enough weight to keep you going. On the other hand, if you're learning English because you've got a specific dream, like getting a promotion in 6 months, or moving to another country next year, you're way more likely to stick with it. This isn't just about language learning either. You can see it with fitness. So many people say they want to lose weight, but when you dig a little deeper, it's clear they don't actually care that much about being a specific weight. Maybe they just don't like how they feel in their own skin, or hate how tired they get walking up a flight of stairs. But if they don't connect their actions, like working out every day, to fixing those real personal pain points, they're going to quit. Now, let me tell you something interesting I've noticed about people who really stick to things like working out. When you ask them why they keep going, you'll hear all kinds of answers. At first, they might say it's about looking better or getting healthier. But if you dig deeper, you'll find a bigger reason. Maybe they had a health scare, and now they're determined to stay healthy for their kids. Or maybe they went through a rough breakup and working out is how they're rebuilding their confidence. Whatever it is, their actions are tied to something meaningful. And that's what keeps them coming back, day after day. This idea applies to anything you're trying to achieve. If you don't connect what you're doing to something bigger, something that really matters to you, it's almost impossible to stick with it for the long haul. It's like trying to drive a car without gas. You might coast for a while, but eventually, you're going to stop. So, if you're feeling stuck or unmotivated, ask yourself, why am I doing this? What's the bigger picture? And don't just settle for surface-level answers like, I want to be healthier or I want to make more money. Really dig deep. Maybe you're learning a new skill because you want to feel more confident at work. Maybe you're exercising because you're tired of feeling out of breath when you play with your kids. Maybe you're saving money because you dream of buying a home for your family. And if you're still not sure what your big reason is, that's okay. Sometimes it helps to start with what's bothering you the most right now. What's the one thing in your That wraps up today's episode of the Rise Up podcast. I hope this conversation gave you some fresh ideas and practical insights to help you stay on track with your goals. Remember, it's all about finding that deeper connection, something bigger that keeps you moving forward, even when motivation fades. Don't forget, the PDF transcript for this episode is available in the description. It's there for anyone who wants to dive deeper into today's topic or just have a handy guide to look back on. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to share it with someone who could use a little inspiration. Until next time, keep pushing forward and keep rising up. See you soon.